With the Marvel Rivals tank shortage and the slow but steady influx of new players picking up Marvel Rivals, I figured I would take matters into my own hands and create a series of complete beginner guides to every tank in the game, starting with the GOAT and the most complete tank, the one, the only, the king of solo tanking, the almighty and all-powerful Magneto. Now before we get into it, Magneto will be evaluated based on the Flats 5-star scale. Number 1, Tankiness. Number 2, Damage. Number 3, Mobility. Number 4, Ultimate. Number 5, Utility. And last but not least, Fun. Now like I said earlier, this will be a series, so if you enjoy this video and you would like to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I also stream over on Twitch, so if you would like to see me getting CC'd into oblivion or reacting to new Rivals content, head over to Twitch at twitch.tv/RomeInU and say what's up. I'd really appreciate it. Now without further ado, here is the complete beginner's guide to Magneto. Magneto's tankiness gets an easy 5 stars with a 650 health pool. Magneto is on the mid-end in terms of health alone, however, he makes up for this with his 3 very powerful and impactful defensive abilities. Prior to Season 5, Magneto's ability to bubble himself and one teammate shared cooldowns with one another. Now that those 2 cooldowns are separate, his ability to save himself from being pulled or CC'd into oblivion has risen dramatically. Magneto's bubble has a 12-second cooldown and lasts about 3 seconds or up to 200 HP, and like I said earlier, can be given to both himself and one teammate. Magneto's ability to give this bubble out for other teammates gives him almost a playmaking ability to where he can save a diving teammate who is on their way out from the enemy backline, or to peel and save his own backline from being dived. Magneto's shield has a short cooldown of 3 seconds. However, it does have a resource meter, meaning the longer you leave the shield out, the longer you will have to wait for that meter to regenerate. Magneto's shield cannot be held up indefinitely like Strange. However, the shield makes up for this by being indestructible against any and all incoming projectiles. Yes, indestructible, that's right. It has no health. Okay. Moving on, Magneto gets 3 stars for overall damage. Magneto's primary is a slow moving projectile that explodes after 25 meters and can be comboed with his mag cannon to take out squishies. However, that's pretty much all he has for damage. Magneto's primary focus for damage is poking the enemy backline or any out of position DPS characters. Magneto creates space not by damaging the tanks and forcing them back, but by poking the enemy backline, either taking them out or forcing their supports to push back, now putting their tanks out of position away from their healers. Magneto shares a team up with one of the best healers in the game, Gambit, that gives him an extra ability that is reminiscent of his old team up with Scarlet Witch back in Season 1. Now if you remember this team up, bro, that shit was goated, you know what I'm saying? However, it is far more difficult to aim this new team up effectively, as it is not a projectile slash like Metallic Chaos was, but a projectile impaling sword with a slight delay with every shot. Now that I'm done glazing the almighty all-powerful Magneto, let's move on to his mobility. Magneto's mobility gets an easy 1 star. He has 0 movement abilities other than a passive that allows him to fall slowly. Yes, slowly. And is probably one of the slowest moving tanks. Believe me, coming back from the spawn room is one of the slowest things in this fast-paced game, and it gets even worse watching your teammates die as you're slowly making your way back. Magneto's ultimate gets 4 stars, as it is a momentum turning ultimate depending on if you use it correctly. Magneto's ultimate can be used both defensively and offensively, denying most ultimates in the game. For example, here's a list of ultimates Magneto can effectively counter: Punisher, Ultron, Star-Lord, Luna Snow, Cloak and Dagger, Hawkeye, and Iron Man. Magneto's ultimate lasts 4 seconds and its base damage does only 100 HP when thrown immediately. However, its damage scales based on the 4-second timer, doing an extra 50 HP damage for every second you're hovering in the air. But wait, there's more. He also absorbs projectile damage that stacks on top of the damage from the timer. The drawback from his ultimate, however, is that if you absorb too much projectile damage, i.e. letting your projectile meter go past 99, Magneto's Meteor will burst, canceling your ultimate. Magneto's utility gets another 4 stars for his support capabilities with his bubble alone. We already said Magneto can save teammates with his bubble. However, Magneto can also set up his DPS for more successful and impactful ultimates. For example, Scarlet Witch's ultimate can be tricky to land successfully as it can be cancelled by most character abilities in the game. With Magneto, you can bubble her, giving her maximum potential. The same can be said for other characters such as Punisher, Hawkeye, Star-Lord, Jeff, Iron Fist, Thor, and so many more. Finally, Magneto gets 3 stars for fun. While it may be fun for me to use Magneto, I can understand others' opinions of extreme boredom when playing Magneto, as he is extremely slow, mostly pokes the enemy team, and spends most of his time on the front line. Overall, I give Magneto 4 stars. Magneto was one of the first characters that I picked up when I first started playing Marvel Rivals, and personally for me, I think what makes Magneto such a great tank is the fact that he is the epitome of what a tank should be or should be doing, and that's creating space, putting your teammates in positions where they can succeed, you know, supporting your teammate when they need that support. When you're first starting with Magneto, his ultimate is probably going to be the thing that you struggle with the most, but once you learn how to track the enemies and look at your projectile damage at the same time, it should start to get a little easier for you to land it. A trick for me when landing Magneto's ultimate is for any squishy like Cloak and Dagger, if I get past 30 charge for my projectile, I'm throwing it. I'm looking for someone to throw it at, or I'm getting ready to throw it. As for counters to Magneto, like I said earlier, his mobility is probably the weakest part of Magneto's kit. So any character that can displace Magneto and put him out of position will probably be his greatest counter. So Angela, Thor, even Bucky can be annoying for Magneto if he can hook Magneto and uppercut him back. Other than that, if you decide to pick up Magneto and you never look back, props to you, bro. Welcome to the gang. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to tanking. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos like this. And yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments down below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.